This audio is brought to you by support from viewers like you, whether it's liking, commenting, subscribing, or the particularly generous folks on screen who support through YouTube and or Patreon memberships. Thank you all. And I hope that you enjoy.
Why don't you sit down, my dearest guest? Here, let's get comfortable for a nice, long chat. So, you've heard word of my offer, have you not? And it seems I've piqued your interest, darling. Tough. I remain unsurprised. It's no secret that a natural beauty like you would like to preserve such a precious asset. Perhaps for eternity. Or maybe you have other reasons for willingly seeking out a vampire. It may well be you're here for the wealth I promise. Or perhaps you're lacking guidance in your life. Others might simply be interested in the very premise of immortality itself. How very boring. I rarely tend to take those on as a servant. They're unmotivated, without use, really. Granted, what is time to someone who is only living for living's sake, without a goal to strive towards? Still, I believe you to be better than that. I see a spark in you, a reason you want to live forever. I'm not bold enough to attempt to extract said reason. I've never been one to pick brains more than I've needed to. For one, it'd hardly take any effort to forcibly pry the words from your mouth, using either force, wit, or vampiric gifts. And secondly, human minds bore me to no end. All that is important to me is that you have traveled all this way to become my servant. It is the only topic of relevancy as far as I am concerned. Now, tell me, my darling mortal, word spreads fast when eternal life is given freely. But did the ever-turning mill of gossip and rumors also provide you with the fine print of my offer? Oh, how charming. A mere year of servitude for a lifetime of leisure. I suppose even you were cunning enough to see through such lies. Of course you did. Most excellent. You have some intellect, as it seems. I require just a smidge more than a simple year of housekeeping tasks. If I am to grant the gift of immortality upon a human, they must serve me for a short 10 years to prove their loyalty and dedication. Only then may they be churned. Another 100 years in my castle will breeze by like a soft summer wind on a starry night, and you will find yourself freed from my command. How does that sound, my dearest? Needless to say, such benevolence will only be bestowed upon those I deem worthy. Worthy in character and motivation, as previously discussed. Worthy in terms of serving as an aesthetically pleasing addition to my castle, which you needn't be worried about. And worthy in taste. Why the surprise, darling? You didn't think one bite and a few decades of dusting the handrails would be enough to pay back the debt one owes their master for making them who they are? How foolish. Naturally, providing nourishment, and perhaps a little indulgence, is part of said servitude. Most of it is to be paid within the first decade. Your time as a mortal. Your time to prove yourself. Your time to show how far you'd go for me. Now, even the blood of a vampire, especially a young one, is rather palatable as well, but it's not my preference. However, in a time of need, even my eldest servants may have to fulfill such duties. How did your judgment fall, my dear guest? Is my offer still as intriguing as it was when you first heard? I can tell you're hesitant. Let me put it this way. What are a few years in the face of eternity? Quite a large number of my fledglings still keep in close contact with me after centuries of leaving my care. If such is true, I couldn't possibly be considered a particularly cruel master. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, I don't only take and take. I also give. Apart from the greatest gift of all, of course. You would be provided with a safe place to sleep, more food than has ever graced your dinner table, and a lifetime of experience. A fledgling is helpless on its own. You can trust me when I say this. Freshly churned vampires don't make it far without a caring master. If your dedication to me is true, so is mine towards you. I will teach you to use your fangs, to control your cravings, to blend into the night. I will help you awaken your vampiric gifts, and I will make sure you know how to outsmart a hunter's traps. Now, that surely sounds rather tempting, doesn't it? I won't rush you. You have all the time in your brief lifespan to decide. Though, while you mull it over, may I suggest I make sure you bring what it takes to please my requirements? Your scent certainly announces you as quite the delicacy, but I'd rather prove such matters with a quick little taste. It'd be a shame to let you face such a hard decision and have it all be for naught at the end. Darling, I promise it won't hurt much. Besides, it might offer you some reassurance. When one has never been bitten before, the thought can prove to be rather frightful. And please excuse my boldness, but your skin seems free of any such marks. Think of it as a simple introduction to your future duties. A way to test the waters and get away scot-free if it isn't to your preferences. No obligations, no contracts, no commitment. Tell me, darling, will you take my offer? Splendid. Lean back and relax, and I will do all the rest. It's a simple task, really. Very well. Let's see what you have to offer. I hope your scent didn't promise what your blood cannot keep. Oh, I was fooled. You taste much better than I was led to believe. I'm sure you'll forgive me if I taste it once more. How very interesting. I might have to consider sweetening the deal for you. My mind is made up. I cannot miss out on having you join my staff. Though, such matters are better discussed when you're in your right mind again, my dear. Prepare a room. We have a guest spending the night. Truly marvelous.